This one is currently trying to dig her way into my sweatshirt. As I said, this is her new thing, is she likes to get down inside my sweatshirt and either lick my belly or my back, which is a bit weird, but is okay until she gets a bit too snuggly with it, and then she starts nibbling, don't you? You're a little nibbler. Yes, you are. You're a little nibbler.
And here we go.
Hey,
you can now see the chat.
So hello, we got Annie's in, Surreal Pixie, Playpy, Stuart. I can't see anyone. Thank you very much, MahdDogg. Who else have we got? Tally's redeeming treats. Blue Ganymede is there in chat as well.
Northern guys there as well, I saw earlier on.
Playpy too, Anthony. And she just found my earpiece. No, don't. No, she can't. She's going to steal my earpiece.
Here we go, Northern lad.
And you had some questions about ferrets.
Yeah, let me go all the way back up for you, Kate. Let me go all the way back up so you can see.
Hello.
He's coming and you can see your polecat heritage. Excuse me. That's something else.
Come here. No, leave the earpiece alone. Here, there's treats.
I'm scrolling up. Oh, we've got someone else. Ned Gooblehaven is in asking, can you house train ferrets?
Can you house train ferrets? You can. I'm just checking what she's eating. I don't know what that is. I'm going to get rid of it. You can house train ferrets. They are trainable in the same way that dogs are trainable. So you can, sort of punishment and reward kind of treating styles. You can actually persuade them to go to the bathroom where you want them to go to the bathroom. An easier way, and a quicker way to do it is to actually know that ferrets will generally go to the same place all the time to go to the bathroom. And they like to back up into a corner. So when you let them on the floor in the space that you're giving them to explore, they'll tell you where they want to go. And you can make life a lot easier for yourself, not trying to train them to go in a certain place. If you just let them decide where they're going to go, and then where you see that they poop and pee, you put your litter tray down there, and they'll generally go and poop and pee in it. If it's inside your home and you've got carpets, you might want to put like a puppy pad or something underneath the litter tray, because these two particularly, they do have a tendency to just drop down and pee right in front of the tray rather than in the tray, which is a little bit frustrating. But this is a shed, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can also teach them, like dogs, to do simple tricks too. We've taught them to sort of go climb on my arms for treats, but you can actually get them to sort of sit and, go up on their hind legs and roll over and stuff like that. I'm just not sure how good I'm going to be at that, because there's always two of them running around and it's difficult to isolate one and concentrate on teaching the trick. And actually I found when I was starting to teach them tricks, when I first got them, Scruffles is quite good and picks things up quite quickly, but Wriggles is just... She seems to not kind of coordinate quite her body quite as successfully as Scruffles, so it can be a bit more of a struggle.
Wriggles has got different talents.
She does like the treats, though. Come here.
Northern Lad 62 was asking, have you tried feeding these two ladies fresh eggs?
Yes. So when we first got them, I was giving them, they when they arrived, they were on biscuits fed, and I wanted to feed them on meat, which it transpires from talking to the vet was probably not the best plan, but we're going to do a full guide on that at some point soon. I haven't fully kind of formulated my own final opinion on it yet. I'm just gathering a lot of opinions from other people. But when we first got them, I offered them meat, and also once a week I gave them a quail's egg each. And they absolutely loved it. I've taken them off that because we did notice before we started the treatment round, before we took them to the vet and realised that there was something wrong, what was happening is they started being sick after I'd given them the egg.
Right.
And I guess, potentially an egg is quite rich, it's got a rich yolk, and maybe if they're suffering from, a stomach ulcer related problem, which is what we're treating them for now with the steroids, it's possible that richness of that egg was just, causing a problem. A bit like if you've got stomach ulcers, you don't go out and have, a big bowl of cream. You'll sort of pick something a little less sort of rich. To treat your stomach a bit better. So they haven't had any eggs for a while whilst they're on the treatment, so that we can really be sure that I'm not introducing anything weird with their diet. They're literally on the same biscuits, the James Well-beloved biscuits, which were recommended by the vet. Also, I give them this is a sort of a treat to chew on. And these were actually from Graham. Graham's just restocked us on the Dockers. I checked these out with a vet. He said they've got a bit of salt in them, but they're completely fine. They're duck breast strips. And they do like to carry them off and have a good chew. So one for you. You're welcome. And one for little Wriggler.
We have just had 5 gift subs at tier 1 from Fantastic Books Publishing.
Oh, Fantastic Books, thank you so much. Our Labrador Millie loves an egg, though it always comes as quite a surprise when it breaks. Well, I did, when I was giving them eggs, I was only giving them the quails. I was giving them a quail's egg each. Because it's a manageable size for a ferret rather than a big hen's egg, and they could have one each. And the first one I gave them, I thought I'd let them open it, and they were completely baffled by it. And then eventually they did manage to make a crack, because actually a quail's egg's got quite a hard shell as well. Yeah. Although it's small, and they managed to make a crack in the egg, and then they would carry it off into a corner to eat, of course, dragging yolk and albumin behind. So after that, I just decided to just crack them into a bowl for them, and I let them have the shell as well, but didn't let them sort of carry the whole thing off into a corner, because it's a dreadful mess to clear up from places that you can't necessarily get to terribly easily. So
I can only imagine. I haven't been there when they've had an egg. And they used to get a mouse as well.
They did. Yeah. Would you mind just minimising Snaz so I can see the chat?
Yes.
Right,
sorry. You. Just fixing things.
Yes, they did. They were. I also got some bread for feeding. Bread for freezing and being fed to reptiles and other kind of creatures. Mice, which they absolutely loved. But again, the vet just said to me, just cut out everything for now. At least let's get them right. Yeah.
Make sure you're not potentially introducing something else.
Yeah, and also, I mean, ferrets' digestive systems are very, they're very finely tuned, and so even a slight change in diet can upset their digestive system, and which can manifest as loose poops and other things that look troubling. So we're just keeping it simple for their diet for now, until we can get this weight loss under control, and everyone back on an even keel. We do have, actually, though, this weekend we've got some good things planned this weekend, including opening a bunch of boxes.
Oh yes.
I think people have been sending stuff, Graham in particular, I think, and a couple of other people, but Graham's been keen to explore new food options for them, to give them a bit of variety, new dried food options. And so he sent a few things for us to try, and some treats and things for us to try. So I'm going to open those with them at some point this weekend. So that you'll be able to, if you can't sort of watch all weekend, you'll be able to see the unique fun of opening boxes around ferrets, because they absolutely love to unpack a parcel or two.
I think it's more the excitement of the potential bubble wrap inside. We've seen how bouncy they get on bubble wrap.
Yeah, exactly. They do love a good bounce. And Fantastic Books Publishing says, I feel like ferrets could eat large insects like crickets? No doubt they would in the wild. I mean, they are. I don't know though that they would necessarily achieve sufficient nutrition from them because they're meat eaters. They're carnivores, and so I think they have to have blood and muscle, and bone. So I think if there was a situation where that was all there was to eat, they would probably eat it. But I'm not sure that they would be very healthy ferrets in that instance.
It's a little bit more difficult in the wild to keep a properly balanced diet as a ferret, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, Fantastic Book says we tried to keep quails once, but they're really susceptible to environmental changes and tough to keep. Oh, interesting. Yay.
Polecats predominantly eat eggs, according to Northern Lad 62.
Right. So Northern Lad, it's been so great to have you joining us. I know that we've known each other through Elite Dangerous Gaming and whatnot for several years. But it's been great to see you part of the chat on the YouTube channel, on the live channel, and part of our Patreon as well. So thank you so much for that. Is it a love of polecats that you have, or ferrets, or
anything generally floofy and noodly?
Right, they need... see, Graham's been doing loads of research because he's thinking of getting ferrets himself.
Yeah.
They need muscle, bone, heart, and at least 2 secreting organs, not secreting.
Two secreting organs.
Ooh. So, I mean, I guess they're like the kidney and liver, right?
Yeah, spleen, things, all of it. They thrive off offal too. Yes, indeed.
It's not awful.
Not to a ferret, it's not. It's fine dining.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, Petal, says Northern Lad. Thank you.
A proper northern petal as well.
Proper northern.
Proper northern petal.
2 secret organs, the floof bladder and the noodle pump.
What does the noodle pump do? Is that what makes them wiggly?
I think that's why Scruffles has in her legs, is why she's so good at jumping and climbing. She's got noodle pumps.
Definitely got noodle pumps in her legs. Though Wriggles, wow, she had a brave leap, didn't she?
Yeah.
That was unknown for her.
She's really got quite climby the last few days as I've been doing bits and pieces around here. So in some ways I think that's quite good because it's a confidence thing more than anything. She doesn't have the same confidence that Scruffles has. And she's not, as athletic. I say, and we're just... Oh, it was underneath the chat, so you couldn't see that. But as I said that, Scruffles completely failed to climb up the step.
I think we caught a bit of a...
Yeah. So, it's been really nice to see her actually able to, feeling a bit more confident to climb. Although, yes, it makes a rod for my back because I'm constantly running after them, but I think it's good exercise. I'm super excited to get the run outside done though, so they can go out there and have a really good charge around whenever they want during the day. They don't have to wait for me to come in for playtime. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they're going to get up to out there, what they're going to make of it. Suddenly having access to the outside world when they like. Yeah.
And of course we've got loads of stuff ready to go in already. I've got the grass tiles, so we're putting these AstroTurf tiles down. Coffee Boy sent loads of those for us, so we'll be able to put a nice patch of this, which is good because it's sort of slightly it's a shock absorber too because it's plastic with holes, so if they do climb up the edges and fall down to it just breaks the fall a bit, rather than falling onto the hard surface. And then of course we'll be able to look at what we want to install in there in terms of hammocks. Once it's up and running, I want to see how they use it and see how the camera angle plays out, see where we can put the squirrel feeders so you can still see the squirrels coming throughout the day. And then we'll look at what sort of other structures we want to build and cover in AstroTurf to give them things to play, climb, dig. They've got sandpit, of course, which is covered up at the moment. We're waiting to open that up again. Oh, Graham wants a treat. And actually, did we have a treat from Tally earlier that we didn't do?
We did. We had a treat from Tally earlier on. Surreal Pixie was asking, do you have a plan for the layout? Have you got any kind of ideas in mind?
Treats? No. Wriggles, treats.
That's the short answer, Pixie. No.
No, I have not, simply because having experienced these two little monsters firsthand for the last almost 6 months, come here, Graham's giving you a treat. They will not use the facility in the way that I expect them to.
No.
So I thought probably, and it's going to be quite overwhelming for them anyway, having the facility out there for the first time. So there's going to be plenty to keep them occupied. Thank you for the treat, by the way, Graham. There's going to be plenty to keep them occupied initially, and so we can add to it, as we see how they're using it and where they go, and we can say, oh, well, she's always climbing up that, so maybe we'll make her a proper climbing wall there to make that a bit of a safer activity. And then we can see, I thought we'd just take it as it comes and not try and do everything all in one go. Get it up and built, see how they use it, and then we can chat together about what to add. And if you're watching this on YouTube, congratulations, you are joining the cool club of watching the after show party. You can be part of it next week if you join us on Twitch. And we can sort of all decide together on what it is that we want to see them play on out there and what we think will give them the most fun. And if you've got any thoughts on that, leave a comment in the below, the bit below. Leave a comment there, or
the bit down there.
Bit down there.
It's down there. It's down there. Right down there. Stuart's just redeemed a treat.
Oh,
we have another treatage.
I think Wriggles has gone to bed. Ladies, Uncle Stuart wants to give you a treat. We might be lucky to get Wriggles out of bed now. Treats. Oh, no, here she comes.
Fantastic Book Publishing says, I think it's lovely of you to leave them to essentially tell you how and where they want their stuff. Awesome ferret parenting.
Exactly. And I just would, I would hate to be sort of putting loads of stuff out there and just be thoroughly disappointed that they're not even interested in playing it. I have added a roll of AstroTurf to the gift list. I don't know if anyone's bought it yet. It's quite expensive. It's £38, but it's a decent amount of AstroTurf. And what I want to do for definite is put make a rug out there so that they can dig under it. Make some kind of floppy, dig under, ruggy kind of structure out of that, and then we can use it to cover any ramps that we put up. As well, to give them a good grip, because their little claws are not great for sort of gripping smooth surfaces, which by the way need cutting this weekend, so as well as the weigh-in tomorrow, we're going to have to do a nail clip. If that's all right with you.
Yes. That would be terrifying for me. I was scared of cutting my baby's fingernails.
It's actually not too bad because they're so easily distracted by treat that you can, if you try and do it without treat, then they just wriggle around something terrible, and I would be terrified that I was going to cut the quick of their nail or something and hurt them. But if you put a bit of salmon oil on their little tummies, here, they'll lie on their back and lick their own tummies quite happily for ages whilst you clip their nails. So, she's all sort of snuggly and nippy. And Annie's redeemed a treat as well.
Yes, before they go to bed.
Lady, treats. Yeah, get your treats in now because I think Wriggles needs to go to bed soon. Come on then.
Northern Lad was asking, will it be part made of perspex so we can see them run about on the outside camera?
So the outside camera is going to be inside their run, so you won't have any problem seeing them. I'm not going to put any perspex so that you can see the squirrels better, just simply because I think the cameras will struggle to focus through the perspex, and when it rains, the perspex will get drops on it, and then the camera will focus on that. So I think you'll get a worse view of the squirrel feeders, which are going to be nailed to the outside of the run. So the squirrels will still be able to come and go, get as many nuts as they want, but you will have a clear view of the run inside of the girls. No need for any perspex.
Oh, it's going to be a whole new world opening up.
Yeah.
Because that also gives us space for more.
It does. I'm really keen to look this spring at getting or offering a home to a couple more rescue ferrets. As long as I don't die of a punctured jugular anytime soon, we'll be all right.
Oh,
so
as fantastic book says, she's been snuggly and vampiric.
Yeah, exactly. You're very vampiric. Get the girls a toy boy. Yeah, well, of course they've been neutered, so there's not going to be any hanky panky going on.
No. No.
But yeah, I'm not sure. If you know anything about adopting ferrets into an existing business of ferrets, which is the collective noun for ferrets, then do leave a note in the comments below, or join us over on Discord and come and have a chat with us, because I'm going to be interested in what the process is for a successful introduction. Also, we're going to have to I know not all ferrets will get on, and I don't want to sort of be in a situation where we've got sort of terrible fighting going on. So I suspect I may be able to take my ferrets with me to go and meet, and obviously you can sort of get an impression of how friendly they're going to be, a bit like dogs, by letting them be in the space together. And so we can make sure that we get ferrets that are going to be compatible with our girls. So we want a nice harmonious space, not sort of full of fraught fighting going on and me ripping apart scrapping ferrets.
We want it to be a calm and relaxed ferret end of life hotel, and not faulty towers.
Yeah, although it will inevitably end up feeling a bit like Faulty Towers from time to time. Graham, that's brilliant, thank you. Graham says he can point some resources for that, Kate. So this is great. I love this. This is such a great community venture as well, And if you want to be part of it, as I said, join us over on Discord, because we have a very active Discord where we're chatting about all things to do with our ferrets, and we've got other ferret owners there as well, and people who just like to hang out and look at the girls play and participate in the decisions that we make going through the sort of the general run and keep of our ferret enclosure. Hello, you.
Fantastic Books Publishing saying you need a ferrety towers sign, and you could change the lettering every week. We thought of that.
We did, actually.
We actually had a discussion about that.
There's even a space for it on the front of the shed, but it's we just didn't get around to it.
We'll have to do it. We have to do it. We'll need to get some form of magnetic lettering, I think, so we can just try and invent words, not rude ones.
Not rude ones. Polite
and
words,
we can have a new opening shot every week.
Yes.
No. I don't want that.
Floof Noodle Towers.
Oh,
that's great. Look, there she's don't bite me.
That's it. It's just Wriggles. If you are going to go for the jugular, make sure you get it on camera. I need the content.
BBC reporter or ex-BBC reporter dies in freak streaming accident.
Killed by over-amorous ferret.
It would be a good alliteration, though. Freak ferret.
It would be, a really freaky ferret Friday.
Yeah, ow! She just shot my fingers in the bin.
Well, at least she didn't bite you. There's that. She's like, Mummy, keep your fingers clear.
Chunky body on top of the bin lid when my fingers were inside it. Good Good girls.
Oh,
Well, I guess they're probably winding down now, aren't you, ladies?
I think so.
You've been out for, what, 7:30 we came... 6:30 I came down.
6:30 you came down, yeah.
So an hour and a half is normally about right for the girls.
Mm-hmm. Dan says, duked to death by a freaky ferret.
Yeah. It happens. And Anthony, of course, thank you so much, Anthony. Anthony sent out or came and collected all of the ferret art that's been waiting on my office floor. By the way, if any of you receive your ferret art envelopes and you see that there's little tiny holes in the top of the envelope, that's Tia's claws, because she decided she was going to have a bit of a scratch. And I didn't realise. So she had a little bit of a scratch on the envelopes. But all of the ferret art is on its way to you now. I'm not sure. Oh, the Surreal Pixie's just thrown 1,000 ferret art points in. So they'll be with you, depending on, obviously, the mail is a bit struggling a bit at the moment because of COVID. And, of course, any of the parcels that are going internationally, by which I mean to the Netherlands, which is now international for the UK, which is ridiculous. But I don't know how much that process will hold up. I could probably bring it to you quicker if I walked, maybe. But anyway,
I could do it. I could hop on a ferry.
And hopefully it will arrive unscathed. And of course, the stuff that's coming to the United States, it's anybody's guess when you'll get that, but you will get it. And in fact, MahdDogg, you should get two parcels from me.
I know.
With some Christmas presents.
Ooh.
From a few people, Annie being one. I can't remember if anyone else sent. And also your crew sweatshirt. So this is part of our merch. We do have merch.
We do.
There's not too much on there right now, but there's a regular sweatshirt. I've actually ordered a new one of the Scruffles sweatshirts because I reworked the artwork a little bit because Scruffles was coming out a bit pink on or a bit orangey when printed on the purple shirt. So I countered that with a bit of a tweak on the colours. So those are available as well through our merch, which I guess we'll put the link below too on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch,
I think we should.
It's there right now.
Yeah, there's a panel. You can click it. I don't know if the panel's working, actually. It's temperamental. But I've got my big button that says merch stored. You can give that a click and see what we've got. Yeah,
takes you straight over there. So we've got lots planned this weekend. We're going to open gifts. We're going to do the weigh-in tomorrow. That'll be we'll do sort of the majority of the sort of health work tomorrow morning when they're played. So we'll clip the nails and do the weigh-in. And fingers crossed for some weight gain.
Give her a pie. Just give her a pie now. A mince pie. That'll do. Steak and kidney. She'll love a steak and kidney. A goblin pudding. Do you remember them in the little tin? Mum boiled it in the pan and you wondered what's going on. And out came the steak and kidney pudding. Give them that. They'll love that.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would love their litter trays after they had that.
Well, it's perfectly safe for me to suggest it, though, 250 miles away.
Talking of litter trays.
Yeah. You're going to have to get onto them.
Some to clean. So I've got the general. But I think, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm glad you enjoyed the show and enjoyed seeing us make the show, including all of the mistakes. MahdDogg, did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the fact there were a lot less mistakes. That was good. I've still got some work to do under the hood. I'll get my overalls on and crawl around on my belly underneath the computer and see what I can fix for next week. But it just keeps getting better and better. Yeah.
And, by the time it gets onto YouTube, the only people on YouTube who will ever know how rubbish we are at the recording the first bit are the ones, excuse me, who are watching this bit.
Yeah.
Because we'll cut all the mistakes out of the YouTube version.
Indeed. And it'll be polished and lovely and shiny.
Yay.
With all its fancy graphics.
Oh, excuse me.
There you go again.
Fantastic Book says, I'm a Frey Bentos man myself. You can keep your goblin pudding posh.
Yeah, I would argue with that and say that Frey Bentos is the posh stuff. He's clearly never had an Asda own brand pie in a tin.
I would say this is the north-south divide here, but we're both north, so
yeah. I'm actually north. He's more in the middle. It's more in the middle.
Playpy says that was wonderful, bravo! I love that. It was great. He's doing the that's the Muppets,
yes, he's doing Waldorf and Statler.
No, it was all right.
That was wonderful, bravo! I love that. That was great. It was pretty good. Well, it wasn't that bad. There were parts that weren't very good. It could have been a lot better. I didn't like it. It was pretty terrible. It was bad. It was awful. Get them away, boo! Something like that.
Perfect. And MahdDogg, when are you streaming this week?
I'm not sure because I've got a hospital appointment this week. That's going to put me out of action. I don't know for how long. It's not an invasive procedure, but it's messing with my body chemically. So I'm not sure how well I'm going to be or if I'm going to stream. If I do stream, it will probably be Tuesday. And if I get some time for another stream later in the week, I shall do.
Perfect. And don't forget, you guys, on Twitch, we will be premiering our package for this week on Sunday night when we go when we shut down from here. And then, Indeed. Of course, this show will premiere and we'll be there to chat along with you on Monday night at 9:30 p.m. GMT on the Tube of the U.
Indeed.
So, thank you so much, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you mash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Every single subscribe means a huge amount. We're approaching the halfway mark to our monetization. So, really appreciate you sharing, supporting in any way you can. And we will see you next week for some more fun and frolics in the ferret. I can't think of an alliteration to end it, so we'll just...
in the ferret firmament. I know that means sky, but it begins with an F. I'll use that one.
It'll do. See you next week, ferret fans.
Roll credits.